think this is the correct profile. So how to change your profile anyway? Yeah, how to change your profile? You should get some sort of we can change the loading of the profile. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Then we can check the okay, that's good. Then we just need to go to here. Where is it? Here, yeah. Alright, let me just put, yeah. And make it soundproof. Okay, and did I copy and paste? Okay, I think I got some info here that I can put it. No, definitely not this. Okay, I'm gonna put in a message. Hopefully, you guys can see that. Okay, that makes sense. We can check out. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We're going to continue to learn the HSK Chinese, and it will be approximately let me see, about an hour and a half of a stream, and yeah, we're going to learn majorly about we already go through the curriculum's text, but we did not go through the after the text, the extracurriculum item. So that's major things that we need to cover, and then after that we're going to go continue to push forward the curriculum and adding more information. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. You can join the chat. I already reset all the settings, so it'll be easier for me to look at the the chat from Twitch and YouTube. And if you're watching this on X, I think I'm going to leave something on X. So I think I get this. Okay, let me just copy that and paste it on the X. So that's about it. Right, so yeah, let's continue. Alright, so let's continue to look at the 主体字 single component character. So previously I already mentioned that 主体字, as the name suggests, just to give you just a single component, and basically that's just a single component, nothing more, nothing less. It's not some complex components, it's just a single component, okay? So we talk about like a 1, 2, 3, 4, all that. It's pretty easy. Let me just give you a little bit challenge. So for example, this 口, okay? 口 is like the mouse, okay? And I think we may briefly cover this, okay? Let me just quickly go here. 心口是什么? Yeah. 山口. Yeah, we already talked about this 口, right? But can this 口 become like more difficult? Okay? Really simple. You just need to add things inside of 口. Okay? So for example, we can make it. Yeah, I think we already covered what is 口. Yeah, let me think about this. Where were we now? 和 yeah 三 独体字. Yeah, I think we pretty much finished the 独体字. Right? Did we cover, say, 月 or something like that? Okay, I know where were we. So we just need to change this a little bit, okay? So for example, we add like a jade inside, that become 国, right? That literally means the country, right? 国, 国家. And so basically it's just as one basic component, and we can add more things inside. We were going to cover that extensively. You can just see this kind of structure a lot, okay? But since we're talking about 独体字, let's continue. So for example, what about this? You sort of make this 口, right? This 口 is like a mouse. Just think about a person's mouse, okay? That mouse is like the 口, right? 可, 口, 口, okay? But if you change it a little bit, I think, sorry, 口是 o, u, right? So it's a 口, right? But if you change this a little bit, this is like a closed, right? If you make it like just a little bit bigger, right? So basically it become like one this and then one this, okay? So that is the open mouse, okay? And if you think about this, if you just add a little bit pattern inside and you write like this, it's kind of like a moon, right? It's like a moon, like a crescent moon, something like that. Okay, so you know what? That become another character called 月. Okay, and yeah, instead of just like hard coding this 月 into your mind, I also want you to just think about how similar it is similar to the crescent moon. Okay, and I want to expand this. So for example, we normally don't just talk about 月 because that's a little bit too like hardcore way to say, like just a too old traditional way to say that. Most of the time we call 月亮, right? So 月 and then we call that 亮. Okay? 月. Okay? 月亮. And this is like no tongue at all. So 月亮. So basically that means the moon, and 亮 literally means the shining thing. Okay? So like light. Okay? So that means the moon gives us light, but it's not actually give a light. It's like a reflective light. But you know what? You use that in a combination, the moon, and you give us light, so that also means the moon. Okay? So that's a more natural way of saying this. But if you look at HSK, it just give you 月, right? 月 or right? So 月, so it should be go there, right? So in order to remember this character, just think this as it's a moon shape, I get some like a craters on here, and then you change that to 月. Okay, 月亮. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to test whether I got this correct, because I want to quickly check the recording. Hopefully I got this correct. Alright, so let's continue to look at the 独体字. Let's continue. That becomes 月亮. And yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, 独体字. I'm going to quickly name this, okay, in case I forgot later. So, I got input of Japanese, sorry about that. So, 月. Okay, I don't know what the heck is going on, but why can't I type? Okay, that's pretty weird. Alright, so let me adjust here. Let's go all the way down. Yeah, let me quickly check. I think last time we already covered most of the 主体字 now. So I'm a little bit confused. Is it correct place where we got started today? Right, 课后知识点 structure of characters. Right, 疑问代词 词语拓展 number. Yeah, I don't think we talk about 独体字, which is weird.口见山部 yeah, structure characters. Yeah, let's add one section called 独体字, okay, because it is 独体字. So sorry. Single component character. Okay, so I think it's the third section, 独体字. Single component character. Yeah, good. Single component character. Where is the video? Okay, here. Sorry, once I finish this, we can continue. Single component character. Single component character. Yeah, I think I get it correct. Yeah, good. So let me got it here. Single component. Single component character. Yeah, good. That's good. Alright, so yeah, everything's correct. So we can continue. Okay, I just yeah, get the workflow flowing. Sorry about that. Okay, I will add it out in my extra bootcamp. So don't worry about that. Right. Alright, I want to also talk a little bit more about this year. Because as we progress, so previously the single component character is like a really easy one, but as we progressed, this have a lot of extended meanings, and I don't want to just like purely follow the HSK, because it got just a very tiny little bit of material with without a lot of explanations, and it's sort of a push too hard, and by explaining a lot of things in the textbook way. And for me, I think that's the common issue of a lot of the textbook versions of material, because they are not like giving you the real world scenario here. So I think this moon is a very interesting character. So I really want to talk a little bit more about this. Okay, let me write this again. I want to write this beautifully. So okay, this 月 right? So it's go here. Okay, I want to talk a little bit more. So the original meaning is the moon, but we got tons of like extended meaning of this. So for example, moon is a thing that go, it's like a big asteroid, but go around the Earth, right? And we calculate time by using the moon, right? So for example, the moon circling one circle, that's just 1 month, right? 1 month. 1 month literally, astronomically, just means that the circle one circle, right? So you know what? You can say in Chinese there is an expression called 一个月. Right? 一个月. This is not 一 but rather 一个月 going down, right? 一个月. Okay? So 一个, that means just one. Okay? One. 一个. So basically this is adding behind the 一 just to sort of adding this as a yeah, this is pretty hard for me to explain this. Why we add a 个 like behind the 一 okay? I think we add this just to make it, when you speak it, not so like a single out, right? When you count it like 一个两个三个四个五个 something like that. But if you have to do that like programmatically, this is a 量词. OK， 量词，量词，量 is 衡量 is basically this 量 means measure. OK, measure. 词 means word, 词语 OK, measure word. So basically 一个两个basically when you measure things, when you count things, you use that. OK, but if you think about this, 个 is like a 竹竿 right? It's just stand there as a ground, just a good 竹竿 OK. Recently I teach my boy like learn mathematics, right? So basically it's like when I teach him how to count, it's something like this. It's just like a lot of 竹竿 and then you count it. So I think it's a very good example because it's like a stick there, and it's used to measure things. Okay, basically means that it's something that independent, and you can count. Count. Okay, and then gradually become like a unit, something like the unit, and then this just become a 量词 right? Just 一个人两个人 that means that one person, two person 一个 right? 一个月 that means the 1 month. Okay, if you want to say each or everyone, right? 每个一个每个 right? That 每 means that everyone. Okay, 一个 that means one. Okay, so yeah, and so 一个月 that literally means that's 1 month. Okay, yeah, and yeah, 月 we can expand so much more. Okay, so basically you can say 一个月 that means 1 month, right? 两个月三个月四个月 right? Okay, so let's expand a little bit more about the 月. So 月 means the moon. 一个月 means 1 month, like 1 moon. It's like in English, but in a pretty old, traditional, mysterious way. 1 moon ago. Okay, oh my gosh. But what about, as I said, we can say 月亮literally means the moonlight, but 月亮 just means the moon. Okay, it's like saying, oh, it's a moon, but it's like a shining thing, right? Hey bro, that's a shining thing on the sky. Yeah. So that literally means the moon. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's just a shining or something like that, but it's just use that in combination. 月亮，你看月亮，你看那边有个月亮 right? You're not everyday life. You're not going to say, well, 你看那有一个月 right? It's pretty weird. So basically, if you're referring to 月, you most of the time, like 99% of the time in real life, you're going to say 月亮 okay? 月亮. I don't think this okay, sorry about that. I don't think this is like 月亮, but rather 月亮 okay? So it's like no tongue at all. 月亮 but if you single this character out as 月亮, but in like speaking, when you use the expression, like use a combination of 2 characters together, is just 月亮 okay? And 一个月 okay? 每个月 etc. But this can also have a lot of different meanings. Okay, so for example, in say 中秋节 okay? 中秋节 okay? 中秋节 中秋节. 中秋节, I think literally means 中 is like China, right? 中国, right? 中 is like middle. Okay? 秋 means the autumn, so it's the mid autumn. Sorry, not mid-autumn, not mid-autumn. So a autumn. 节 like 节假日 right? So 节 means the festival, right? Festival. So 中秋节 means the mid-autumn festival, and it's basically just a moon festival, okay? And as the name suggests, it's in middle of the autumn, and we use this as a festival. To be honest, you can sort of treat this as a mooncake eating festival, okay? But if you translate this directly, 中秋节 is like 中间秋天中间的节日. That means a festival that in the middle of autumn, and it's a very traditional festival in China. Okay, so in China we got the 春节. Okay, and 端午节. 以及中秋节. So basically it's 1, 2, 3, like the big 3 festivals in China. Okay, this is like Spring Festival, and so that I think Spring Festival is the most celebrated festival in China, because that's the place where everyone needs to go back to their home, right? Celebrate with the family and eating, and then go sort of like visiting friends and families and all that. So we call that 春节. But 端午节 is 端 is like the beginning, right? 端 like 从一端到另外一端, right? We will talk about that, but I just want to add a little bit context. So 五 is from the traditional Chinese calendar, okay? So it's like lunar calendar, and it's like lunar calendar is like the 5th month, okay? And 5th month is also called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 五月, right? So you can also say 五月, right? So it's coming from the 农历五月, so it's like the middle, like 中午 of the whole year. It's like a middle of the whole year. So basically it's kind of like 五月开头的一个节日，农历五月. Okay, 农历五月初五. So for those of you who is like familiar with the Dragon Boat Festival, that's the 端午节. Okay, if you translate it, it's like 龙舟节, but I think 端午节 is more common, is more 常见. But in English, I think this is called Dragon Boat Festival. Okay, that's more common, because that's the thing that we're going to do in the 端午节, in this just the middle of the 5th month, at the beginning of the 5th month festival, if you translate that. The first is Spring Festival, Dragon Boat Festival, and then 中秋节 is also very, very famous festival. So 中秋节, Mid-Autumn Festival, and remember we talk about the moon, right? So let me add in the 中秋节 Mid-Autumn Festival, we eat the moon cake. Okay, moon cake, that's 月饼, right? So 饼, okay, so 月 and then 饼, okay. So moon plus cake. Okay, 饼非常有意思啊，饼 is like a traditional Chinese food. We use like flour. You bake it, but it's more crispy, right? And that's just a bean. But mooncake is smaller. Right? It's like a circular sweet thingy. Okay, so it's just a specific bean, mooncake. I can add a lot of material inside, and yeah, this is a great fun to eat mooncake, and as a child I really love to eat mooncake, but only eat one of the flavor of the mooncake because mooncake we can add a lot of like sugary content inside, but I love to eat something salty, right? So in mooncake there is special mooncake that's got the center of the egg. You boil it, and you got some, yeah, you just make it really salt, right? You add a lot of salt into it, right? And we call that like 蛋黄, right? Or so basically like the chicken egg, but it's only the center of the egg. We call that, it's like a 鸡蛋的黄嘛, and then you put that inside of the mooncake, and it's just the outside is a sugary, and again inside it's salty, and you got like a egg inside. Okay, and sometimes it's like really oily. Okay, so yeah, and of course when it comes to mooncake, it got like a different version of a mooncake. We got like different places. So for example, like 广式月饼、苏式月饼、潮式月饼、云南月饼、冰皮月饼, something like that. And yeah, the mooncake that you may already know is maybe the traditional mooncake, but recently very hot and very, sort of a healthy kind of mooncake, because mooncake is very, very, very sweet, and some people, young people especially, think it's not healthy to eat something like this, right? And they eat something like ice cream, right? So basically you're not going to bake it, but rather you put that in the refrigerator, and we call that 冰皮月饼. So okay, so basically it's a sorry, 冰 like flat, 皮月饼三声. Okay, so you don't need to boil it, and you use 糯米, so it's like sticky rice. You use like a hammer to make it sticky, and you wrap it, and you put that in the, I think what's your wrapping size is kind of like ice cream. Okay, and I put that in the refrigerator. It's a pretty good, pretty delicious. Okay, so that's the mooncake 月饼. Okay, starting with the moon. Okay, and yeah, that's another egg, the extension of moon. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's size is kind of like ice cream. Alright, I want to 一个月那密度。Yeah. Let's continue. 月, yeah, I think I'm just dive too much into the detail. If we do go on like this, I won't be able to finish the HSK level 1 because I just expanded too much. Yeah, let's just stop it there, right? And what about the second 独体字? Okay, so single. Alright, so yeah, we talk a little bit about 独体字月. Let's continue to talk a little bit more about another 独体字. So another 独体字 is called 心. Okay, so 心 is it's a very widely used and very descriptive 独体字 single component character because it's something like this. It's like a heart, right? If you draw a heart, it's kind of heart, okay? And then you just change this to this has got like a two artery, right? And heart, and okay, I don't know how to write the like traditional heart, something like this, right? And then just to make it the modern version, okay? 心, so basically it's like 点, right? And then 握钩, right? It's like a go, but it's like a going down. And then 点, okay? That's 心. So 心 refers to the heart. Okay? And yeah, hot, like hot hearts. Okay? But I think when we talk about hearts, like the heart, we use the combination of character. So we not just call 心, but rather we call that 心脏. Okay? So 心脏. 脏 is like the internal organ. Okay? 心脏 is like internal organ. So we got the expression of 五脏六腑. Okay? Like 5 organs and 6 organs, something like that. Okay? But that's just too technical. But if you want to say the specific, like autopsy kind of expression, I think you should say 心脏 rather than just 心. But 心 have more meanings than just the literary heart. It can get more abstract inferred meaning. So for example, when you're happy, you like your heart is pumping. When you're not happy, you are sad, the heart is like really aching, right? So basically you got this like inferred meaning. Okay, so for example, one of the easiest and widely used expression is 当心啊，小心哦, right? We talk about this. 小 means small. 心小心 okay? 小心 the first time 小心 that means be careful, okay? And if you are roaming through the China streets, you will see something like 当心什么什么，是不是啊？当心当心 okay, that means 小心当心 all means be careful, okay? So yeah, just 小心 means that you need to put your heart a little bit smaller in order to just be careful, right? 当心 is that you need to pay special attention to, you put your heart to it, right? 小心当心 So basically we use a lot of 心 as the as inferred meaning rather than this like direct, like 心脏, like the heart meaning. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Alright, so as I mentioned, this heart can have a lot of inferred meaning. So basically everything that connects to the feeling of your heart, we have some expression out of it. So for example, we can say, I'm so happy. So that means you open your heart, okay? 开心 开心 okay? 开 flat I 开 and then 心 开心 okay? So if you look at this, 开 is like, ooh, this is a thing that we make it open, right? 开 so basically 开 okay? Open your heart, that means to be happy, okay? So you got like a lot of inferred meaning to it. So happy 开心我很开心我今天很开心 OK 我今天 sorry 我今天 我 means me 今天 means today 很开心 OK 我今天 right so 今天很开 I right so 开心我今天很开心很 means very happy right that means me today very happy okay 我今天很开心 I'm so happy today I'm very happy today okay and I think we got lots of inferred meaning if you open your heart you actually become happy that's the I think be honest and be open-minded make friends that's the best strategy a person can have don't just like treat everything as a zero-sum game okay be open-minded open your heart best strategy will make you happy 我今天很开心 okay and on the contrary we can be 开心 or we can 伤心 okay so let me just give you the opposite 开心 okay but open your mind is 开心 but if you are hurting right 伤心 okay 伤心 okay so what's the meaning of 伤受伤了 that means you hurt okay you literally like this is like a knife like a person right but a person and there's another person here using force it's like a knife you hurt someone right person using force if a person using force against that person so for example this is a person here standing here okay just chilling and then there's another person here and using force like a hook okay so basically it's like a force so that's hurting someone okay so that's 伤 right hurting someone so if you hurt the heart that means oh my heart is so hurt I am sad so 伤心 means the sad alright I think that's got a lot of interesting connection of 开心 and 伤心 right 伤心 means you hurt the heart you are sad okay 伤害心脏 right 伤害你的心 so it's like really sad so for example 我听到这个消息我非常伤心 that means when I heard the news I'm so sad 我听到 that means me 我听到 我听到这个个 OK 类似量词 right 我听到这个消息消息 information OK 我听到这个消息很伤心啊 very this we encounter a lot very 很伤心 sad right hurt your heart 听 means you listen right 听到听到 that means you heard 这个 right 这个 this 消息 information 消息 OK 听到这个消息息 is like 轻声消息 information OK 很伤心 very very sad OK by the way this is sometimes I will give you example that are beyond the HSK level 1 but doesn't really matter I just want you to know some of the usage okay so for example you cross the road you need to be careful so 过马路 right 要小心啊等等你不要再伤我的心了你 don't please don't hurt me hurt my heart I'm so happy 我今天很开心 okay so yeah I think that's enough extension about the single components character 心 yeah so 心 we can expand a lot 心 is more like yeah the feeling okay and 心 can also be treated as a 偏旁部首 right so 偏旁部首心 is also a 部首 that means you can use 心 to combine this 心 into a lot of different character but we are talking about the single component character right but if you combine this to another so for example I right and the traditional version you should get a 心 inside but the simplified Chinese like omits this but what about say 想 I'm thinking about you all the time I miss you right 想 we got this 心 inside so basically it's like think but using your heart to think we will talk about the complex characters later but let's just focus on the single character like 心 right let's just the heart okay yeah 心 and what about yeah we got like 2 more characters to go and then I think that's about it for today's streaming so one for 中 do I cover the 中 right let me 月亮口什么时候哪儿中国人美国人我讲到了中哦we already covered 中 but we don't specifically talk about this 中 right 小山口 alright so basically yeah 独体字 but we don't like cover a lot about the example of this so yeah we're gradually adding more example because like 1 2 3 this is like really simple one 1 2 3 all that we don't need example for this but as things got like, a little bit interesting we can add more okay alright so let's look at another 独体字中 it's like 中国的中 right 中国中 okay very interesting and important character because that literally means the center okay if you think about it it's like a flag right and you got a I only got like a rope like a stake, something like this, like you just piercing through that. Okay, and it literally means the center. Okay, 中正中中心中央. Okay, and you can also say inside among, like 人群中，在家中应该怎么样在学校中应该怎么样 ？But I think 在家里，在学校里应该用里可能比较natural, more natural. But if you say 中 is like 文绉绉的But let's start with 中 Okay, so 中 means the center. So if you look at that, 中国五一五 right? So 中国 国 means the country. Okay, so Middle Kingdom, right? China. So 中国 Chinese people are pretty proud of their country. So when they talk about their country, they will say that our country is in the center. Okay, and I think a lot of the country actually think about things like this, like their countries are like the center of the world. If you like travel around the world, one of the interesting thing that I did is to go to their like gift shop and try to like buy or at least see their version of the world map. And one of the things that I find is so intriguing is that the world map that you thought that country have is not exactly the same as the world map that you grow up with. Okay, so for example, if you go to say UK, that world map is like centered on the UK and then the rest of the world, even though they're not at the center of the world. They're more like northern. If we go to America, America will become the center of the world. If we go to China, China's world map will be China the center of the world. Okay, but for the name, I think, for country's name, China got the got the idea of putting the name at the center. Okay, so yeah, but for people from Britain or from United States, they may call like China, okay? Just like some, just like calling some country Turkey, right? It's called China, okay? But China actually, Chinese call themselves the center kingdom, the middle kingdom, the center country, okay? 中国. And yeah, so that's the cultural difference here. 国. Remember, we talk about the mouse, okay? And then we put a jade inside, so it's like 玉, right? So basically, this can also be Wang, okay? That means the king, Wang. And then 玉, if you got like a tiny little bit dot at the right side of the Wang, like this is a king. Why am I adding pinyin to king? Okay, this is a king. And this is like a jade. So so traditionally, in order to like verify this is the decree from the king, from the emperor, they using jade seal, like, and you like seal that, you stamp it. Let's say this is the king's decree, this is the emperor's decree. So you know what? This is like mouse, and we got like king's jade as decree inside. So this is a king's word, right? So it's like a 国, okay? Or you can sort of think this is like a circular shape, and then whatever inside is the king with the jade, and then this range is that king's reign, this king's country, okay? But you know what? That's 中国 for you, okay? Middle Kingdom. And 中 can also be a ton of things that means the middle, right? We can say middle school, 中学. Okay, 中 学. Okay, middle school. 学 means study, but you study in the middle. That means that you are in the middle school, right? So 中学, middle school. Yeah, I'll save a little bit of time by not writing the English now. Okay, I'll just explain it, so it's much quicker. And as you learn enough of characters, I'm going to switch to typing because it's more efficient, and for me to give you a lot of sentence, right? So for example, 五 means the noon, right? And if you want to say it's the middle of the noon, you can say 中午, right? That's the noon. That's literally just the noon here. But you combine these two similar characters together to have a certain expression of a certain thing. Okay, this is happening in a lot of language, not only in Chinese but also say in Japanese. You use like two similar words, you combine them together, you express the exact same meaning. Okay, and we talked about 心 previously. What about 中心? Okay, 中心 means the center. Okay, 心, that's the center of the human body, even though it's like a little bit screwed to the left. 中 is like the center. Two things similar together, put it together, 中心. Okay, the center. Okay, 中心, 中午, 中学, and of course 中间, 间. Okay, 间 is like 间隙, it's like in between. So basically in between, like two things are in between, and then we've got center, that's the center of two things. Okay, so it's like a middle. So 中间 is like a middle. So we sometimes say, do you remember this? This is called 人. Okay, 中间人. This is like a middleman. Literally means 中间 means middle, and 人 is like middleman. 中间人. If you like doing business, if you are venturing into the world of business, a lot of business you need to go through 中间人 because they want to earn commission, right? They trade by the information difference. Okay, if there is information difference, then get information from there and sell it there. Okay, and then you can earn commission. That's the middleman here. Okay, 中间人. Right, so yeah, I think that's enough for the word 中. Yeah, 中 is got a lot of cultural meanings as well, because it's sort of embedded into the every Chinese, like their default settings in their brain. Okay, so because come on, the country is called 中国, right? So there's a lot of the like 中心 中, right? 中庸, right? So yeah, this is a very interesting character to master. Yeah, we talk about 中庸. Yeah, 中庸, it kind of like a 贬义词, but right now, recently, it's kind of like a 褒义词, 中庸之道, right? 不过不及恰到好处, 中庸, something like that. But yeah, I don't think that's necessary to include in HSK level 1. So yeah, 中, alright. And 人, we do talk about 人, but like 中间人, right? But let's dive a little bit deeper. I think 人 also worth talking. Okay, since we talk about 人, 人 is also another 独体字, right? Single component character. 人一撇一捺即为人. 人. So 人 means just human, right? Man, human. Men, women, children. Like elderly. All that humankind. So this is like a really inclusive character. 人. if you really think and look hard about it, it's like just like a person standing, right, with the hand in the pocket. Okay, 人 and this can got a lot of inferred meanings. So 人一撇一捺 it's like they're supporting each other. This person go down, this person push that person up. Okay, so basically we are social animal. We need support, we need to socialize, we need to support each other. So that's there's a lot of inferred meaning from this human, man, women, children, elderly, 人. Okay, all inclusive. Okay, but if you think normally we say something like 这个对人类有好处 right 这是造福人类之举 this is like some good deeds for the mankind. We normally don't say 这对人有好处. Okay, we usually add in 人类 okay, 类 R-O-E-I-U-U. Okay, 人类 类 is like a kind, right? So 人类 literally means the humankind. Okay, and so that is like when you refer to this as an abstract concept, say that it's very good for human race, use that rather than just single it out using a 人. Okay, and then as I said, you just say a certain country, you plus 人 中国人 美国人 日本人 英国人 新西兰人 澳大利亚人 different countries people. Okay, very very simple one. And you can also say someone's good man or good person or bad person, right? 好 this 女 that means the female. Oh, and this is the son, right? It's like when you have a daughter and a son. That means good. Okay, so 好 okay 好 okay, and then we can say 好人 that means good person, literally means 好人 good person, right? But what about this? That means 坏 okay 坏 that means bad. If you think about this, like no and the dirt. Okay, I don't know why a no and the dirt means bad. Is it because dirt is bad, or like say no to the dirt is bad, or if it become because of agriculture, someone who does not go to dirt, does not go farming, is a bad person? Okay, I don't know. Okay, but this is just whatever story to help you to remember this character. Say no to the ground, say no to the dirt, that's the bad person. 坏 plus 人 坏人 that means bad person. Okay, really really interesting expression. 好人坏人这个人是好人，这个人是坏人，好人也可能是坏人，坏人也可能是好人。The good person can be bad person, and bad person can be good person. Good person have a bad deeds, and bad person have good deeds. Okay, so this word is not just black and white, but it's gray, pretty gray. Okay, 人男人女人 right? 男 okay, 男人 that means man. 女人 that means women. And for example, you say everyone is equal, 人人平等。人人平等，人人 everyone. Okay, everyone 平等 means the equal. Everyone is equal. Okay, 人人平等 everyone is equal. Nobody 没有人，没有人，没有人，没有人 nobody 没人。Sorry, I think 没人 okay May I should R O E U U. Okay, so sorry about that. Because I normally don't write pinyin. Okay, I write pinyin in my kindergarten as well as my primary school. I think in the first year in primary school, and yeah, I think adults don't rely on pinyin anymore because they already know the pronunciation of the character and they just jump into the character. Okay, pinyin just does some crunch that helps you with the pronunciation. Okay, 没有人 that means nobody. Okay, so that's 人 right? 人要有梦想 everyone need to have a dream. Okay, so yeah, I think that's enough about the 独体字 single component character, and yeah, that's all for today's stream. Bye. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.